In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Good afternoon. All rise for the Honorable Judge D'Angelo Mills.
Oops.
Good evening. We appreciate you all being here. The Circuit Court of the 17th Judicial Circuit will be holding a bench trial in the matter of State of Florida versus Alex Miguel Norton, case number 0012. Presiding this will be the Honorable Judge D'Angelo Mills. This case is open to public observation. All individuals attending are expected to maintain courtroom decorum and respect judicial proceedings. You may be seated.
Everyone, please grab your seats.
Can I sit down?
Okay, I'm just standing.
All right, good afternoon. We are now on the record in the matter of the State of Florida versus Alex Miguel Norton, case number 0012, as he stated. This will be a bench trial, meaning that the court will render finding of fact and law in this proceeding. There will be no jury. Will the counsel please state their appearances? Start with the prosecution.
Harvey Specter for the prosecution, Your Honor.
Defense, can you state your appearance?
Alex Norton, presenting myself. Or self-defending.
All right, thank you, counsel.
What a loser.
Before we proceed, defense, please continue standing. Before we proceed, I need to confirm on the record that you knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waive your right to a jury trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very well. Let the record reflect that the defendant has waived the right to trial by jury and has elected to proceed with the bench trial. All right, do both parties stipulate that this court may consider the evidence and render a verdict in this matter? Prosecution?
Yes. Am I clear to open statements, Your Honor?
1 second, defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alrighty. State, you may proceed with your opening statement.
All right. The state here presents a pretty constitutional and pretty set stone case here. The defendant violated Florida Statute 901.34 and 3 Florida Statute 36.1, which is the failure to identify statute. Further stand on that is on all exhibits have been submitted to the court prior. It clearly shows by body cam and dash cam video that the defendant willingly failed to identify to a peace officer, which led to an initial arrest on that stand, which would be under Calais versus Hughes. I believe that yes, and yes, and the standpoint is the defendant did identify himself later in the fact. However, the officers requested his identification more than 4 times, which led to the initial arrest of the defendant, Alex Miguel Norton. So, in that stand, I believe that the arrest was constitutional. And I rest my case on that.
Okay, just verifying the state, you do not wish to call your witness / the arresting officer in this matter.
That is correct.
I appear before you today in court to contest the charge of failure to identify 361 as well as 901.36. The charge is not supported by facts or the law, and I would like to briefly outline my basis of my defense. During the traffic stop in question, I remained calm and cooperative when the When requested by the deputy, I immediately displayed my valid driver's license, vehicle registration, and proof of insurance against the window of my vehicle, which is with all the information clearly visible. At no point did I refuse to identify myself, nor did I provide any false or misleading information. Florida law 361 requires an individual to present a valid identification upon request. It does not mandate that the identification be physically handed over, and my actions were in full compliance of the letter of the law. I acted in good faith, balancing compliance and my safety for all parties. Additionally, I possess evidence of the encounter which clearly documents my compliance and demeanor. I am prepared to submit these. I already submit these for the court's consideration. It is also relevant to note that this traffic stop was the fourth in a series of stops involving the same two deputies over the course of approximately 20 minutes within a very short distance of 700 feet of each other. The nature of the frequency of these stops, I believe, warrants the court's attention in evaluating context of the final stop and resulting in the charge. Sorry?
Is it in your statement?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any rebuttal from the state?
Yes.
State, the floor is yours.
The rebuttal on one key thing is he only provided his identification after the fact of the law enforcement detained him from the key matter. Is he argued with deputies on the initial traffic stop for the violation that he occurred or he violated. Then after the fact of arguing and taking him to custody, he provided the identification provided to Deputy Jake. And that's the end of my rebuttal on that matter.
Okay, stay. Is the arresting officer present in court?
Yes, he is.
I do have a few questions for the officer.
He's right next to me.
Bailiff, will you swear in the officer and have him take the stand?
Deputy Jake, get up.
Oh, what?
Deputy Jake D, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly affirm that the evidence that you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You may put your hand up.
Good morning, or good afternoon.
Please refrain from using your phone in court.
On the date in question, I know that the prosecution advised that the ID was supplied to you after the threat of arrest. Is that correct?
What?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how did you go about receiving that ID?
The identification was recovered by a search of the individuals, Your Honor.
The defense stated that he presented his ID for that. Can you give your account on exactly what occurred?
Yes, the defendant placed his driver's license against the passenger side window, and I was unable to clearly see the details of said license. And once the defendant had stepped out of the vehicle, and he presented the license from an extreme distance, which I was not able to clearly read any details of the license.
Was only sniffed. He was not patted down or searched by anyone.
Yeah. Actually, if you can just take the stand over here, next to me, seated. Defense, do you wish to cross-examine this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections from the state?
I object.
Is your objection?
The defendant clearly stated that he had no intention on this matter to cross-examine law enforcement officers. However, if that's being refuted, then we can go ahead and proceed on that matter. But however, that's what the defendant claimed in the chambers.
I overrule. This was because I opened the door for the testimony due to some underlying concerns with
User joined your
Here,
channel.
officer. to help me get this
Defendant
gentleman
wishes
in the
to
blue out of the
cross-examine
courtroom,
the
please.
witness. He's on the stand. He has already been sworn. You have the opportunity to cross-examine as well.
Guy in the blue, stand up.
After his removal, there will be
Can
no
you quit hitting
re-entry
me?
to the courtroom.
God damn.
This is creating extreme discourse
Deputy,
within
you
the
said
court.
that you were unable to see the information provided, correct?
Sir in the blue suit, stand up.
In that case, what was the reason? Evidence provided, I believe that it is sufficient enough to say that I did not commit the crime in question. I followed by the name of the law to the point that this officer did not do his job properly, and I believe the evidence that have been provided that you can clearly see this.
He's obviously lying. He's stuttering.
Sir, hush.
Yeah, I know.
Please refrain from that.
Your Honor, I hope to take this evidence and use the name of the law in the correct way, and that'll be all.
Okay, please a few moments to take in both statements as well as the witness testimony, and I'll provide my judgment shortly.
Okay.
All right.
Please refrain from eating.
Are you the public defender?
I can proceed. 5 Charlie 27.
All rise for the Honorable Judge D'Angelo Mills.
I can. I literally
That means
went on a
everyone.
5-minute recess.
Please stand up.
No.
Then you'll be asked to leave. That's simple.
Oh, all rise. All rise. Sorry.
That judge
Does
is
he have a
ugly as
gun?
fuck.
Please refrain
They're
from
all
outbursts.
ugly.
Yeah, the fucking judge is ugly as shit, bro. What the fuck?
Watch your
His
language.
fucking facial structure is all fucked up.
Sir,
He
watch
looks
your
like
language, you're gonna be
Damon
escorted
Lillard.
out.
If we have to ask you one more time, you'll be held in contempt of court.
Hey,
my
Jack,
God.
I've already gave him his 3rd warning. You guys
You
can
may
take
be
him out back.
seated.
He's gonna take you out back, boy.
Alright. Please leave the
For
court.
what? I'm fucking whispering. I'm talking to my buddy.
How do I sit down?
Please
I
stand
didn't
up.
fucking
Gentlemen,
know. I'm
the
How do I
sorry.
sit down?
For what?
You're being asked to leave.
Wait, me? In the black?
For what?
I just got here, man. What the fuck?
For
No,
what?
it's the guy with the cowboy hat, man, not you.
Take care of the guy.
What the fuck did I do?
Please
I'm
follow the
talking to
deputy
my
in front of
buddy.
you. We're gonna make our way to that door.
How do I sit down, boss?
I'm fucking
No,
leaving. What
no,
the
come
fuck?
here. You're coming with us.
No, for what?
What's he
Follow
on
me.
Echo 14?
E-space.
Go ahead.
Stand by, we got one inside of the
For
courtroom
what?
that we're trying to get him out.
Follow me.
I'm okay.
We're
I'm
gonna take you to
fucking
this
leave if that's
exit.
what you- No,
Come
you
here.
Just told me to fucking leave.
We got one leaving.
What the fuck are you
got
grabbing me for? Yeah, fucking dick ride your fucking supervisor.
As follows: the defendant was lawfully detained
back in there.
and was asked to provide identification on
He's
four
running out of the
separate
holding
occasions.
cell.
Failed to do so each time. Once by placing the ID against a dirty window, making it legible, and then
Oh, sorry.
once again by holding it approximately 10 feet away from the officer out of view. The defendant's true identity was only confirmed after a lawful custodial search of his person upon his arrest. Given the facts of this case and the aforementioned basis,
What's he on?
the
110
Code Statute 901-361, it is unlawful for a person lawfully identified to refuse to identify themselves when asked by law enforcement. Once again, given these facts into occurrence, I do believe that you did not adequately identify yourself to the officer until such time that you were obviously lawfully arrested. Being that, the court finds the defendant guilty of failure to identify. Sentencing will follow. So ordered on the 24th day of May 2025. This case is now adjourned.
Come here, Landon. Court court is adjourned. You may exit the
Take him down to
courtroom.
the slammer.
Wait, I already did my time. Why am I going again?
Channel timed
Let's
out.
go ahead and get the van pulled up to the side of the
Alright, I'm
building
gonna
here.
pull
We
my
got
charger
one ready
up.
for transport. I believe we got two. Do we still have that one male in custody from the escape?
10-4, he's gonna be down. I believe he's gonna need medical.
10-4. Who's gonna be responsible for grabbing the van?
27.
Alright. He's gonna be in here.
Alright.
He's
Oh,
on
you meant this?
User joined your
5 Echo
channel.
14, Sierra 5, we're able to...
Whoa, what are you
Hey,
doing?
knock that off! Knock that off! Knock that
Alright.
off! Knock that off!
We got a combative in holding cell 1 here.
Back up, Landon.
Knock that off!
I got pepper, I got pepper.
Get him! There we go, we got him, we got him, we
Get
got
down,
him, we got him!
Get down. Don't
Comply.
move again.
I got pepper spray. Get him cuffed. Get him.
Again.
Copy, I'm
Get
coming
him
out.
Hey, don't move,
Landon.
buddy! Teach us how to
Joined your
fight at
channel.
the academy.
You,
Sup,
missed, you
Jamal?
missed like half your shot.
I hit you.
Can I
Alright,
have
so
another?
now
I'm
you
like,
now you
well,
have
bring him to the
once
van
again,
now.
I'm just
Now
gonna
you have
leave you
another
alone.
charge for
Yeah, yeah.
assault
Now you,
on a
now you get a
law
more
enforcement
time.
Here's another court date.
Yes, you were.
All of y'all. Let's go back into that court.
Oh,
I'm
good
seeing
thing
all of
Rick
you.
had his body cam for that.
Well, there's cameras in there, remember?
Oh, that's true.
Watch your head. Alright, you can close it up.
Alright, you're good. You can transport him. I will head with you.
Okay. Let me change my channel back.
To 614 Hawick Avenue.
Can you stop swerving so much? Damn.
Alright.
Oh, I'm stuck back here.
Going to jail, buddy. Let's see.
I'll pop the trunk. Alright.
Well, that went very well, all things considered.
Well, now you got another charge, bud.
Yeah, I'm in the area. You at 616 Hawick?
You're the one that's going to jail.
I'm gonna be 614 Hawick.
It's okay. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Jail won't be the worst of your
You
issues.
can put them in the clean ones or
User
the dirty ones
disconnected
are all the way
from
at
your
the bottom.
channel.
Somewhere nice up. Fire traffic 58 to all units.